Well, John, attorneys for Brown say Yusuf Salam won the election contest because 300 illegal Republican crossover voters were not compelled to testify as to how they voted. This controversial monument cost $25,000. The city moved it, and what it's costing the taxpayers to keep it here in legal fees could surprise you. That's coming up. Officials with the Craig Field Fire Department say that when they came out this morning at 1 o'clock, they could see the glow from miles away. As you look around, you can see that there's absolutely nothing left of the church. Well, church members' fears came true after investigators with the state fire marshal's office told them that the burning of their church was deliberate. When Sturtevant Hall was built in the 1850s, obviously there wasn't air conditioning, so they had jib windows. These windows were large, but they also opened at the bottom so that they could allow more air to flow and therefore help keep the place cool. It seems like this laid-back way of life of the Old South would be just fine and dandy with anyone. But ask some of these kids and they'll tell you they would miss their air conditioning. Police negotiated with Tommy Lee Henderson for nearly 4 hours in a standoff with police along Highway 5.
It's gonna be all right.
It's believed he kidnapped Rennie and Jean Coleman at their Marion home, then forced them in their car to Selma to cash a check at People's Bank. Henderson then left with Jean in the car when officers arrived.
Not gonna leave, and we know you not gonna leave, but we need you.
The 45-minute police chase ended on Highway 5, and negotiator Johnny King encouraged Henderson to let his hostage go, even letting him see his mother.
Alive! That's where I want you alive.
At 2 o'clock, Henderson let his hostage go and gave up.
He had 2 weapons. He threw out the other weapon, allowed her out of the car. He came out and was taken into custody without any struggle.
Jean Coleman was taken to a Selma hospital while Tommy Lee Henderson was taken to jail. After a multi-hour standoff, everyone here is happy that everything was done without a shot fired and everyone is safe, especially Tommy Lee Henderson's mother.
Oh yeah, I'm already sick, but thank God he gave himself up.
It was a month to the day when Henderson escaped from the Wilcox County Jail and wished officers happy hunting. Now it's the officers' turn.
What's happening?
Stephen McLam, WAKA, Eyewitness News, Perry County. Excited King Day marchers began at First Baptist, but later detoured to the Smithman Building, where some called for the removal of the General Nathan Bedford Forrest Monument.
It stood against what we're out here marching and celebrating. People can choose whatever heroes they want, but not on my dime. And not on my time.
It wasn't long before Selma attorney Rose Sanders invited the others to pull the monument down.
I cannot stay in Selma another day and not to attempt to take down this statue. Now those of you who do not believe as I do not impose my will.
Most people sat along the sideline as just a few pulled until the rope broke.
Freedom! Freedom!
Isn't that ironic that celebrating the birthday of this man who championed the whole idea of nonviolence, to do this, do they think Dr. King would stand behind actions such as this? I don't.
Benny Austin with the Friends of Forrest says because so few took part in the pulling, he believes many were misled to the monument on a day they really came for peace.
I feel that if most people there had known this was going to happen, that they would have honored Dr. King in a proper way.
Stephen McLam, WAKA, Eyewitness News, Selma. During the Crawfish Festival, Fawnsdale grows from more than a few hundred to more than 20,000 to eat this Louisiana delicacy.
I started eating these mud bugs a couple of years ago when we moved to Mississippi, and of course I've heard about this festival for years. I get my hometown newspaper and always wanted to come over here.
Often referred to as the shrimp's relative, how you cook them is very similar.
People do it different ways. We steam ours and put the seasoning on. Some people boil them and let them sit in the seasoning. It's different. We like ours this way.
Years practice.
And they taste just great. But don't think that boiling crawfish is the only way to eat them. There's also fried and a whole lot more. Run through the list.
Oh gosh, you got you can fry them, you can etouffee them and stew them, you can saute them in butter,
Although you can eat them how you like them, I think Larry's favorite choice is the crawfish pie. Stephen McLam, WAKA, Eyewitness News, Farmsdale.